Hello. So before I start tonight's ASMR video, I figured I'd address the obvious. I do have purple hair. We are having a bit of a trunks moment tonight with this look. I don't know if I love or hate this wig. It is what it is. But this is what's happening tonight. Just figured I'd address that. But tonight's video, you guys. So recently, my mother gave me a pretty substantial stack of DVDs. And I would say one of my oldest videos that people really seem to like is a video where I just ramble about older DVDs I had. So I figured we'd do a bit of like a redo, a little bit of a throwback, and we're just gonna go through some DVDs and gossip together. So if that sounds good to you, just keep watching. So the first movie that I picked out to talk about is Little Nicky. I personally love Little Nicky. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. I haven't seen this movie in quite a while. I am quite the Sandler fan. I love Adam Sandler. I don't care what anybody has to say about it. But I guess to summarize this movie, it says, when your mother is an angel and your father is the devil, life can really be confusing. For little Nicky, it just got a whole lot worse. His two evil brothers have just escaped from hell and are wreaking havoc on an unsuspecting Earth. Dad is disintegrating, and it's up to Nicky to save him and all of humanity. Can Nicky find his inner evil in time to save the world? I love that it says on here that it has amazing special effects. And honestly, outrageous really does sum it up pretty well. If you like kind of bad, cheesy-ish movies, I hate describing it that way, but I mean it as a compliment. I would say you should watch Little Nicky. Next, we have Pay It Forward. I don't remember too much about this movie except the ending. It has that kid from Sixth Sense, the one who sees dead people. This kid is also, well, he's not a kid anymore. What's his name? Haley Joel Osment. He's also in one of, I want to say favorites, but it's embarrassing to say. It's a newer movie. Not like super new, but in comparison to this, he's an adult in it. Let me know if you've seen Tusk in the comments. I freaking love Tusk. But let's see, maybe if I read the back of this, it'll kind of jog my memory. Okay. I'm gonna have to watch this again. So I love superhero movies, so I'm really excited to see that she threw in SpiderMan. I think I actually remember the Christmas I got this and how excited I was. Oh my god. This came with like a whole hell of a lot of extras. They have the making of, has the movie, and then on the back here you can see the famous upside down kiss. Oh my god. I thought that this was like peak romanticism when I was younger, and even to this day I always wanted just to kiss someone upside down. Wasn't that like a thing? Everybody loved that shit. As far as the SpiderMan movies go, I liked the Tobey Maguire version. I liked the Andrew Garfield one. I also liked the Tom Holland. I don't really discriminate. I like the Spider-Man storyline in general, so I never really get pissed when they make more. I absolutely loved, I'd say my favorite Spider-Man, and it might be kind of shocking, is the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I love that movie. So when you open it up, it has the little booklet, and then it has your discs, your DVDs, the Green Goblin. Next, in movies that didn't age well, we have Shallow Hal. This definitely could not be made today. I haven't seen it in a bajillion years, which honestly, for most of these, I will probably end up saying that. But from what I remember, I don't want to read the back yet. Something happens to this man. It's Jack Black, which Jack Black isn't. I love Jack Black, but he's not exactly the sexiest man alive. But some kind of curse or voodoo or spell is like put on him, and he sees like bigger, I guess, unattractive women as being more attractive. That's basically what I remember of this movie. Let's see. Oh, she got this at Blockbuster, y'all. Let's see. He's a superficial skirt chaser who, after a mind-altering experience with a self-help guru, doesn't realize that his gorgeous girlfriend is actually a 300-pound not-so-hottie. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh. Don't come for me, please. Guys, I think I've found the movie that I'm most excited for. This is one of my favorites in life. I watch this even when it's not Christmas, and this is Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This is the absolute best version. Jim Carrey version, of course. This movie, I have seen this. Oh my god, I watch this at least a couple times a year, especially at Christmas, but I do find myself just watching it if it's on Netflix or something. It's just so funny, and Jim Carrey is probably he is one of my favorite actors and comedians of all time. And this Grinch movie just, I don't know, I feel like children love it and adults love it too. Scary Movie 3. This is probably my favorite out of the Scary Movie series. And I think that's partly because I watched it when I was, how old was I? I feel like I was in 6th grade or 7th grade. I don't remember what year this came out. Maybe that was just the year I was allowed to watch it. Anyways, I thought this shit was like the funniest thing when it came out at the time, and I don't know, I just remember little bits and pieces. One part that just immediately coming into my brain is the scene where the sheriff's trying to tell Charlie Sheen that his wife is split in half, and so she takes the hot dog and she like breaks it, and he's like, oh my god, she broke her wiener. Anyways, this movie's dumb, which is why I love it. Probably gonna be a running theme. I just enjoy movies that are either really like dark and sad or just really kind of stupid. Next we have Cabin Fever. I'm kind of excited she threw this in here because I've never seen this movie. I don't know if that's bad or a good thing. I actually have a funny story about trying to go to see this movie. The only time I attempted to watch this is when it initially came out, so forever ago. Because I loved Boy Meets World, and it had Sean. What is his real name? Ryder. I think his name is, I don't know, Ryder Strong. And I thought he was so cute, and so I wanted to go see Cabin Fever because it was going to be in it. So I somehow convinced my father to take me and my sister to go see it. I think we got like 5 minutes in. I'm pretty sure this is the movie I'm thinking of. And there was like a sex scene, and I was very young, and so my dad made us leave. But now I'm an adult, so I can watch it. Here we have Something About Mary. I love this movie. I don't know how many times I've seen this. I feel like I've watched this like an odd amount with my mother for whatever reason. But actually, I hadn't seen this movie until maybe a couple years ago, I think. It was just on TV, and I realized I'd never watched it, and I definitely recommend watching it if you haven't seen it. It has the iconic, hair gel scene, and is it, what did he say? Is it, did you get it in the frank or the beans? And it has, Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller is like my little secret boyfriend. I love me some Ben Stiller. Anything he does is pretty funny to me. Oh my god. More sleaze, cool. More puffy, woof. More Magda, woof woof. They were simpler times. It seems that she's given me a Blu-ray disc, and it's still in its packaging, of Wizard of Oz. I do have a bit of a confession. I know that I've seen this a million years ago when I was a child. I remember watching it, I think, in Jacksonville, Florida, before bed, but that was like the only time. I can't visualize it. So I kind of want to say I've almost never seen the original Wizard of Oz. Another one I'm really, really excited about, The Lost Boys. I loved this movie when I was younger. I haven't seen it in so long. But I remember it being probably my favorite vampire movie. That's Kiefer Sutherland, Corey Feldman, Corey Haim. It's kind of in that era where, this was peak era for movies, I feel like. And I really love this movie because it just makes me think certain time in my life where I didn't have really any worries, any bills. Seeing this makes me really want to find, oh my god, I'm drawing a blank, The Outsiders. I haven't seen The Outsiders for so long. It says, sleep all day, party all night, never grow old, never die. It's fun to be a vampire. I always thought it would be cool to be a vampire. Next we have The Green Mile. I remember the first time I watched this was with my father. I believe this is one of his favorite movies. His all-time favorite. I know what it is. My dad loves Gladiator. I've probably seen Gladiator damn near, like, if I had to be realistic, 20 times. But this movie is not one of my little dumb, funny movies. This is a tearjerker. You have to excuse me for saying I haven't seen all of these in forever, but it's the truth. I just remember it being very emotional. I remember crying. I remember being upset. And another thing I remember is the ending. I remember bits and pieces throughout, but as far as the whole thing, a little foggy. So I'm gonna have to catch up on a lot of these movies. So you may be wondering why I took in these DVDs. And the short answer is at times where my internet is out and streaming services aren't working. Sometimes there's like storms here that are kind of bad to where I'll have power but no internet. And so I do have a way to play DVDs. I like to watch movies, so it's just nice to have them around. Our next movie is Logic. Oh my god. With Rob Schneider as Rachel McAdams, Anna Faris. And I remember this movie being pretty funny. I did actually watch this one, I wouldn't say recently, but not too long ago. So I do remember a decent bit. I actually still like this. I feel like it aged okay. It's still funny. This is a Happy Madison film. So even though Adam Sandler's not in it, in that realm. But the basic storyline of this is this guy, Rob Schneider, and Rachel McAdams, they wake up. It's like a Freaky Friday situation. They're switched. And you get to see how their lives play out. It's really funny. It's cute. There's a part in this movie that I actually still do. It's a part where it's like Rachel McAdams and her boyfriend, and they're across the room from each other, and he or was it her? I forget. One of them takes their kiss and does like this and wraps it. They throw it. I love that. I'm gonna tap on this one and talk about this one fairly quickly, mostly because I've never seen this movie. This is Lost in Translation. I've heard great things about it since it's been out, which is forever ago. I won't lie to you, I have no earthly idea what this movie's about, even after all this time of hearing how good it is. I couldn't tell you one thing about this. I'm looking at these stickers. Looks like she got a lot of these at Blockbuster. Like this one says. Got this one in 2004. A long time ago. Coming through with more Adam Sandler movies. This is Mr. Deeds. Oh, I love this movie. This has Adam Sandler, of course, Winona Ryder, and I love me some Winona. Winona forever. So, from what I remember about this movie, Adam Sandler's uncle or something like that dies, and he inherits a bunch of money, and so he goes from living a very normal life to like a hotshot. He meets Winona Ryder. She's a reporter of sorts. She lies to get close to him for the story, but they end up falling in love. Yeah. Don't want to ruin it if you haven't seen it. It's very cute. It's very funny. I love it. She also threw in this House Season 1 disc set. I have not watched House in God knows how long. I will admit, as much as I loved House, I don't think I ended up finishing it. I can't remember what season I stopped at. I'm not too good with shows. I have commitment issues when it comes to shows. I do like this though, so maybe I'll get back into it. Really the only medical show that I've followed pretty religiously, and at this point it's been going on forever, is Grey's Anatomy. I love me some Grey's Anatomy. So guys, we've reached the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, maybe it relaxed you, gave you some tingles. I hope that you have a great night or morning wherever you are.